My name is Ashwin Shivakumar, and today I'll be presenting on financial sustainability through green initiatives. I'll begin by explaining the global foundation of sustainability. These are a set of 17 goals created by the United Nations in 2015 as a part of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The purpose of these goals is to address the major global challenges such as poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, and promoting peace and justice. Overall, the SDGs aim to create a future that is more suitable, inclusive, and resilient for both people and the planet. The vision of this project is to support the UAE's movement towards a sustainable, low carbon, and resource efficient economy. The aim is to identify the green initiatives that deliver both strong environmental benefits and solid financial performance so that the organizations can adopt them confidently. The study evaluates 5 core sustainable initiatives that align with the Sustainable Development Goals. They are efficient water appliances, construction waste treatment, solar plants and PV rooftops, public transportation, recycled steel. To access these initiatives, I applied the SMAC framework. Each initiative was then assessed using key financial indicators such as CAPEX, OPEX, IRR, and payback period. Additionally, I performed cost-benefit analysis and sensitivity analysis in the Excel to examine how different variables influence financial outcomes. The UAE's sustainable finance landscape is driven by a combination of government bodies, financial regulators, and major corporate institutions. Together, they create policies, framework, and initiatives that encourage green investment and responsible financial practices. Central bank plays a crucial role by establishing regulations that encourage ESG focused lending and sustainable finance. Ministry of Climate Change and Environment leads the country's climate and sustainability agenda. It developed national frameworks supporting green initiatives and aligned financial activities with the UAE's net zero 2050 vision. Abu Dhabi Global Market has launched several sustainable finance programs and guidelines. Their regulatory framework supports the growth of green bonds, sustainable linked loans, and other environmentally focused financial products. Dubai International Financial Center is another major hub that promotes sustainable finance through policies that attract ESG driven investments and green financial products. It also collaborates with the international partners to expand the UAE's sustainable finance ecosystem. The Securities and Commodities Authority strengthens transparency and governance in financial markets by promoting ESG disclosure and green investment standards. Overall, these core entities work together to create a supportive environment for sustainable finance, making the UAE a regional leader in the green economic development. These slides covers the key financial instruments supporting sustainable finance in the UAE. Green bonds and the Sukuk. These are issued by major banks such as FABs, Emirates NBD, Dubai Islamic Bank, and Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank. They finance renewable energy, water projects, sustainable transport. Sustainability linked bonds and Sukuk. These are issued by the Dubai Islamic Bank, Emirates NBD, and FAB. These link financing to sustainability performance targets like emissions reduced or ESG improvements. Green loans and ESG loans. These are offered by banks such as Mashreq, HSBC, UAE, Standard Chartered, and FAB. Carbon trading and ESG products. Platforms like Dubai Financial Market, ADGM, and Air Carbon Exchange enable trading of carbon credits and other ESG linked products. Government sustainable finance instruments as issued by the Ministry of Finance and local governments support UAE's green goals and align with the UAE's sustainable finance framework and the Net Zero 2015 strategy. The first initiative is efficient water appliances, which plays an important role in improving the water management in the UAE. The UAE is promoting technologies such as smart taps, low flow fixtures, and water saving appliances to reduce overall consumption. These solutions helps the households, businesses and the public facilities use more water more efficiently while also lowering the energy use linked to the water heating and treatments. Government programs in the cities like Abu Dhabi and Dubai encourages the adoption of certified efficient appliances, leak detection system, improved recycling of wastewater. These measures help reduce pressure on water resources, support the sustainable agriculture and ensure long-term water security. Overall, efficient water appliances helps reduce utility costs, conserve water and support the UAE's broader sustainability goals. For this initiative, I focused on low flow faucets, low flow shower heads, low flow aerators. The initial cost of the advanced water saving appliances can be high, which makes adoption slower, especially for the households and small businesses. Some buildings may face installation challenges, especially older facilities where plumbing systems are not compatible. There are also regulatory differences and the need to meet specific water efficiency standards, which can create uncertainty for the suppliers and the buyers. The initiative qualifies for sustainable finance because it supports SDG 6 clean water, SDG 12 responsible consumption, SDG 9 innovation and infrastructure. To overcome these challenges, several practical resolutions are recommended. They are green financing for subsidizing water efficient appliances, standards harmonization across regions, regular maintenance and performance monitoring. The table shows the capital costs required to implement water saving features such as low flow faucets, shower heads, and aerators. This brings the total capex to AED 900 per household. So, overall, the cost covers the products, installation, materials, admin tasks, and a small buffer for any variations. This slide shows the operating costs required each year to maintain the water saving fixtures. So the total OPEX is 40 AED per year, which includes the charges for clearing aerators, minor tightening, washers, filters, seals, annual check by technician, and the admin and scheduling charges. The second initiative is construction waste management. The UAE's rapid development has led to large amount of construction and demolition waste. To reduce the environmental impact, the government now requires companies to sort, recycle, and properly dispose of materials like concrete, metal, wood, and other debris. Cities like Abu Dhabi and Dubai have introduced strict waste diversion policies, recycling centers, and licensed waste facilities. The construction industry is also adapting new technologies, better site practices, and stronger collaboration between contractors and regulators. Overall, the initiative aims to reduce landfill waste, increasing recycling, lower emissions, and support the UAE's sustainable development goals. Currently, UAE has several active initiatives to improve the construction waste management. Dubai's municipalities construction waste processing centers. These facilities manage, sort and process construction and demolition waste on a large scale. Tadwir waste sorting and recycling facilities. They handle construction waste in Abu Dhabi and convert it into reusable materials. And there are on-site segregation programs and ready-mix concrete recycling and reuse programs. This initiative shows that the UAE is already moving strongly forward efficient and sustainable construction waste management. Even though these initiatives are effective, there are several complications that limit their success. Uh, Low on-site segregation compliance, high contamination in recyclable materials, limited demand for recycled aggregates, transport cost and logistics delays, lack of standardized recycling quantity benchmarks. These construction waste initiatives qualify for sustainable finance because they directly support key UN SDGs such as SDG 7 clean energy, SDG 13 climate action, SDG 11 sustainable cities. To address the complications of this initiative, several resolutions can be implemented to improve construction waste management. mandating on-site waste sorting to reduce contamination, providing financial incentives for recycling and reuse, introducing quality certification for recycled aggregates. These are some of the resolutions. This slide shows the total capital investment required to set up a construction waste recycling facility. The main costs are land preparation, sorting line equipments, crushing and screening plants, secondary processing system, vehicle and handling equipments, building and civil works, installation and commissioning, and the contingencies like risk and variation buffers. All these costs add up to a total capex of AED of 50 millions. The slide shows the annual operating cost of running the construction waste recycling facility. The total OPEX is 500,000 dirhams per year. It includes the labor cost, equipment maintenance, fuel and electricity, waste handling and transport, material and consumables, admin and overheads, and the contingencies. Third initiative is solar plant and PV rooftops. The UAE is expanding solar energy adoption through large solar plants and PV rooftops. By using its abundant sunlight, the UAE is reducing reliance on fossil fuel and cutting the carbon emission. Supportive policies, government initiatives, and the private sector collaboration have encouraged more homes and the business to install rooftop solar systems. This initiative makes clean energy more accessible, affordable, and aligned with the country's sustainable finance and net zero goals. These are the major solar energy projects currently operating in the UAE. Mohammed bin Rashid Solar Park, Deva Shams Dubai, Masdar Rooftop PV, Adnok Solar Applications. The initiative qualifies for sustainable finance because it directly supports the key UN SDGs such as SDG 7 clean energy, SDG 13 climate actions, SDG 11 sustainable cities. However, there are some challenges: high upfront cost, rooftop structural limits, grid interconnection delays, dust and soiling losses. To overcome these challenges, these following solutions are proposed: green financing subsidies that reduce the upfront cost through financial support, standardized rooftop guidelines that ensures the buildings are designed to support solar, and the net metering initiatives allow users to earn credit for excess power they send to the grid, and the mandatory solar ready codes. New buildings must be designed to easily install solar. The capital cost to install 1 kilowatt of solar PV is 82,500. Most of this comes from solar panels, inverters, molding structures, electrical works, installation labors, uh, engineering permits and design, and the project management and the miscellaneous expenses. The annual operating cost for a 1 kilowatt solar system is AED 37.5. Most of the costs come from the annual maintenance contract, which is 15% of the total. The rest includes cleaning 30%, monitoring and performance checks 10%, and the insurance 10%. The fourth initiative is public transportation. The UAE is improving public transportation as a part of its net 2015 goals. Cities like Dubai and Abu Dhabi are investing in the cleaner mobility options such as electric and hydrogen buses, metro expansion, and smart transit system. These initiatives aims to cut emissions, reduce traffic congestion, improve connectivity, and make public transport more efficient, accessible, and environmentally friendly. These are the UAE's major public transport projects aimed at improving mobility and reducing emissions: Etihad Rail, Dubai Metro Blue Line, Dubai Loop, Hyperloop UAE, and Masdar City. These transport projects qualifies for the sustainable finance because they directly support the key UN SDGs such as SDG 11 Sustainable Cities and Communities, SDG 13 Climate Actions through Lower Emissions, SDG 9 Innovation and Infrastructure. There were some complications for this. public transportation projects such as funding limitation for large transport projects, operational inefficiencies in public transport system, limited green bond investment for mass transit. To address these challenges, several key resolutions are proposed. Integrated mobility hubs to improve last mile access, public private partnership to increase funding, smart scheduling and real time optimization to cut congestion, incentives to boost public transport use. These are the various resolutions. This CAPEX calculation explains the total investment needed for the electric bus initiative. It includes the costs of buying buses, setting up charging stations, and building depot system. After adding design and contingency expenses, the overall capital cost comes to 82.12 million. This table shows the operating cost for the first year of running the electric bus fleet. It includes the expenses such as energy use, electricity, driver salaries, maintenance, and administrative overheads. In total, the year operating cost comes to 83.09 millions. Fifth initiative is recycled steel production. The UAE is growing its recycled steel industry as a part of its shift towards sustainability, with scrap steel collection expected to reach 4.7 million tons by 2025. Local steel producers are using more recycled materials to cut carbon emissions, reduce production costs, and support the circular economy. Companies like Emirates Steels are expanding electric arc furnace capacity and using renewable energy to make cleaner, low carbon steels. The initiative supports the UAE's climate goals and positions the country as a leader in sustainable metal production. UAE is currently running large-scale steel recycling programs through Emirates Steels, which collects and recycles scrap metals to reduce waste, lower emissions, and support cleaner steel production. The recycling initiatives qualifies for the sustainable finance because they support key UN sustainable development goals such as SDGs 12 such responsible consumption and production, SDG 13 climate actions, SDG 9 industry innovation and infrastructure. Limited high quality scrap, inconsistent scrap purity, high energy use during melting and processing, no unified certification system, slow market adoption. These are the main challenges facing recycled steel production. These are the solutions proposed to overcome the challenges. Create national standards and certification. Offer incentives to encourage companies to keep and process scrap within the UAE. Use digital tracking system to monitor steels from scrap collection to final product. The slide summarizes the total capital cost needed to build a recycled steel facility. The full investment required is 10 million, which covers the equipment like shredders, melting systems, and pollution control, constructions, utilities, and permits. Overall, the cost comes to AED 250 per ton of annual processing capacity. The table shows the annual operating cost of the recycled steel facility. It includes the expenses for labor, electricity, maintenance, materials, utilities, insurance, and administration. Altogether, the total OPEX is 800,000 dirhams per year, which equals 20 per ton of processed steel. The table compares the financial performance of 5 sustainable projects using two key metrics: internal rate of return and simple payback period. Among the projects, construction waste treatment shows the highest IRR 0.6886, making it the most financially attractive, though it also has one of the longer payback period, about 11.5 years. Solar PV rooftops also perform strongly with a relative high IRR of 0.1952 and the fastest payback time of roughly 4.9 years, indicating quickly capital recovery. Recycled steel and public transportation show moderate IRRs such as 0.1405 and 0.1296 with payback periods of about 6.25 and 7.25 years, suggesting balanced long-term benefits but slower returns. Efficient water appliances has the lowest IRR of 0.1826 but still offers a reasonable payback period of around 5.3 years. Overall, the comparison highlights that each project varies in profitability and recovery time, helping decision makers prioritize based on both financial return and investment horizon. This evaluates the five key sustainability initiatives by comparing their financial performance and the environmental impact. Construction waste treatment emerges as the most significant initiative, with an SMAC impact of AED 36.18 billion, an annual capex of 5.0 million, and annual OPEX of AED 0.50 million, generating AED 20.44 million in discounted net cash flows and achieving 5,55,447 tons of carbon dioxide emission reduction. Solar plants and PV rooftops follow with an SMAC of AED 82.31 million, supported by a capex of AED 2,50,000, low operating costs and AED 0.13 million in net cash flows, contributing 1,618 tons of carbon dioxide in avoided emissions. Efficient water appliances show a SMAC of AED negative 332.03 million, requiring minimum capital and operating expenditures while generating AED 40,043 in discounted net cash flow and saving 120.6 tons of carbon dioxide. The public transport model presents a near neutral SMAC of AED negative 0.45 backed by AED 21.12 million in capex and AED 3.09 million in annual OPEX, resulting in AED 1.41 million in discounted cash flow and 12,215 tons of carbon dioxide in emissions reduction. Lastly, the recycled steel model records a SMAC of AED 184.12 million with AED 100 million in capex, AED 0.8 million in OPEX, and AED 1.34 million in discounted net cash flows, delivering a substantial 1.33 million tons of carbon dioxide in emission savings. Together, these results highlighting the dominant financial and environmental contributions of construction waste treatment while demonstrating the complementary value of the remaining initiative in advanced sustainable goals. The total WAC, which is the weighted average abandonment cost, comes out to 12.28 AED per ton of CO2. The analysis of the five sustainability initiatives shows that each one has the long-term financial and environmental benefits. These initiatives like efficient water appliances, construction waste management, solar PV system, public transportation, recycled steel, supports the UAE's strategy for a greener future. Overall, the findings prove that investing in sustainable projects is both economically smart and essential for reaching the UAE's net zero 2015 goals and building a resilient, environmentally responsible future. To further enhance the impact of these sustainability initiatives, the following recommendations are proposed. Enhance initiatives and awareness to encourage using solar energy, water efficient appliances, and recycled materials. Strengthen public private partnership and invest in innovation and research and development for green projects. Upgrade sustainability standards, waste management, and green building programs. Promote the circular economy and expand electric or hydrogen vehicles. Improve sustainable finance to attract more green investment and support green jobs. With these recommendations and findings, we can move towards a more sustainable future. Thank you.